Joining us on the broadcast this evening, Aarti Jerath, who is a senior journalist and political commentator, Tuhin Sinha, spokesperson of the BJP, and Nikhil Jain, political consultant and advocate. I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. Nikhil Jain, I want to come to you to really understand the internal story because this has been going on for months, but the Kerala polls are coming up and the Congress must decide what the situation with Shashi Tharoor is. Is he relevant? Is he not relevant? What is the role he'll play in the upcoming polls? The BJP is gaining traction in urban Kerala.
No, Suresh, first of all, you started the debate by saying that the Congress and Dr. Tharoor are in some sort of a situationship. Honestly, I believe that they are in a relationship because a relationship is one where you'd have disagreements, where you would have fights with your partners, where you'd sometimes be angry at each other. And that is something that the BJP perhaps doesn't really understand because they understand the idea of a party as one that runs by one man's or two men's stick. That is not how it is. In a democratic setup, you will have disagreements, you will have leaders, disagreeing, sometimes even saying ill about each other. And that is what we're seeing in the Congress and Dr. Tharoor. Let's remember that he's been firmly and steadily with the Congress since 2009. He keeps on getting a ticket from the Congress leadership for that Lok Sabha. He keeps on winning it. He's an important leader for the party at the national scale as well as in Kerala because he gets ample opportunity to speak in the parliament. He is the chairman of the External Affairs Parliamentary Committee and he is a member of the CWC. Of course, there are certain disagreements in terms of who should get primacy in Kerala, whether it is Ramesh and Chenithala or K.C. Venugopal or Dr. Tharoor. And of course, each of these leaders and their supporters would want their respective person to be at the helm of affairs. But I think that is for a consultative process of the collective high command of the Congress party, the president, the leader of opposition, the former president, all of these people to decide. And I think this should not really surprise anybody. And this is something that the BJP is trying to blow way out of proportion than it what really is.
Okay, Aarti Jerath, how do you look at it? Is the BJP blowing this out of proportion or the story is out there for everyone to tell? Because Shashi Tharoor is clearly hinting that whatever it is, I will discuss with the top leadership. I will not make any statement in public domain. The problem is there. Does it need to be confronted or is this an ego battle between the party and Shashi Tharoor more being on part of the party?
Let me say that this tussle between Shashi Tharoor and the Congress party has been going on since late 2023, actually.
Yes.
Okay. So it's not new. He has now positioned himself beautifully, by saying that he's a patriot and, praising Operation Sindoor and so on. But the fact is that he has been needling his party for a long, long time. At one point, he was traveling all over Kerala without informing his party people because he was trying to build a profile for himself in preparation for this year's assembly poll so that he could be projected as chief minister. But it didn't work. I think, he antagonized the entire local unit of the Congress because they didn't like the way he was doing things unilaterally. And they turned against him. He was not able to carry the local unit with him. Now, if you can't carry the local unit with you, you really don't have much of a chance as a local leader. Yes, in Thiruvananthapuram, he has some, status. But even Thiruvananthapuram, please remember that in the last polls in the Lok Sabha 2024, he very narrowly won the poll. The BJP nominee, Rajiv Chandrasekharan, gave him a very, very close run. And if it hadn't been for this pocket of local fishermen, he would have lost the election. So even in Thiruvananthapuram, I don't know really what his hold is. And we saw in the municipal polls, the BJP, almost got a majority, just one short of a majority in the municipal corporation. So frankly, I don't know really whether Tharoor is that much of a local leader in Kerala. Certainly, you cannot hope to be a local leader if you can't carry the party unit with you. And he has not. He has antagonized everybody from Ramesh Chenithala to K.C. Venugopal to the leader of opposition to everybody. And I think now, in the beginning, the Congress was letting itself get needled by Shashi Tharoor. Till they realize that the best, way of handling Shashi Tharoor is to ignore him, which is what they have been doing recently. I mean, you've got people like Imran Masood, making comments. Imran Masood doesn't really matter in the party's decision-making, order, so he can say whatever he likes. But they have basically been ignoring him. And of course, the BJP, loves stirring trouble, stirring up troubled waters, which is what they've done. Shashi Tharoor comes in very handy, for them to, sort of pick holes in the Congress. And that's what they're doing. They're flirting with Shashi Tharoor, hoping to annoy the Congress party. And the Congress party has at times risen to the bait and at times has decided to rise to the bait. So let's see, now the polls are coming up in just a few months left. Let's see how much trouble Shashi Tharoor can actually create for the Congress. If you remember, there were the by-polls in, where was it? In Wayanad, I think. There were by-polls. Or where was it? And, he didn't go in campaign and the Congress still won. So, clearly beyond Thiruvananthapuram, does Shashi Tharoor matter?
Okay, Nikhil, I see you smiling there, but I'll come to you after I take this to Tuhin Sinha. To really understand how is the BJP gauging the situation, how is the BJP planning to capitalize on this?
Good evening, Suesha. Good evening, everybody. Certainly, the Congress seems to be on the brink of implosion because when Shashi Tharoor says that, his differences on account of his stand on Operation Sindoor, imagine the repercussions. He's basically implying that Rahul Gandhi's Congress is anti-national. It cannot take a stand in national interests. And we have seen that barely 10 days after the ceasefire, Rahul Gandhi tried to turn a victory into surrender. But more than Shashi Tharoor, I think Congress must be bothered about the interview of Shakil Ahmed, the BJP, the Congress leader from Bihar. Imagine the things which he has said about Rahul Gandhi. That Rahul Gandhi is an insecure person, he's a coward. And more importantly, Shakil Ahmed has very clearly said that not a single vote has been cut on account of SIR and that Rahul Gandhi's vote chori yatra is a sham. So these are very serious issues. There are people within the Congress who don't agree with the stand which Rahul Gandhi is taking on important issues, which clearly seems to be a very fringe stand, which clearly does not seem to be a stand born out of responsibility. And I think those are the issues which the Congress party needs to address. As far as Shashi Tharoor is concerned, he has been, it seems very clearly that he is in an unhappy relationship. Right. But more than us jumping the gun, it is for him to take a decision. And then obviously, for that is the time we would actually be able to react to it.
Okay, Nikhil, I want to narrow this down to Shashi Tharoor at the moment because we're discussing him. And straight up, who needs the other more? Is it Shashi Tharoor needing the Congress more or vice versa?
I genuinely believe that both these players need each other. The Congress can certainly use a face like Dr. Tharoor, and at the same time, I don't think Dr. Tharoor can win his constituency if he were to contest on a BJP ticket or an independent ticket or a CPI ticket or any other party's ticket. So I think both the parties need each other. And just to carry forward the metaphor that we've been using since the start of the debate, I think the entire situation is like Dr. Tharoor and Congress were happily married with each other. They started having some differences. Then comes in the BJP. They start flirting with a married woman. The married woman is not willing to say anything against her husband, but the BJP still says, oh, I know that they are in an unhappy relationship. I'm sure she'll one day break up, give him a divorce and come to me because she doesn't really like her husband. Her husband is an anti-national. Sir, Mr. Sinha, that if Shashi Tharoor actually is saying that Rahul Gandhi thinks like an anti-national, why is he still in a party which is led by Rahul Gandhi? Certainly, Dr. Tharoor does not think that way.
Why are those statements also coming in, Nikhil?
No. See, Swesha, I started the debate by saying that, of course, there are differences between Dr. Tharoor and the leadership of the party and the Congress party in general. But those differences don't necessarily mean that the Congress is going to remove him or he's going to leave the Congress. These differences can very well be ironed. And like Ms. Jerath said, that these differences are not new. They started in 2023. Yet in 2024, the Congress party gave a ticket to the same Dr. Tharoor to contest in the Lok Sabha, which he won, albeit by a slight margin, but he won. So that is what I'm trying to say, that Dr. Tharoor and Congress both are indispensable to each other. There are differences, but they can iron it out. You don't need a BJP to come in and flirt and, try to take Dr. Tharoor away.
Tuhin, you make your point, after which I take this to Aarti.
The point is that Congress party is so fragile, it's so feeble today that it cannot taking action. It can't even give a show cause notice neither to Shashi Tharoor nor to Shakil Ahmed. And that shows the desperation of the Congress party. More than 20 top leaders, senior leaders of the Congress party have quit. Ghulam Nabi Azad, would say Rahul Gandhi went on met all kinds of shady people abroad. That was one of the reasons for his grouse. So different leaders have gone out of the Congress party with different grouses. But I am daring the Congress party. It's been a while since Shashi Tharoor has been taking an openly anti-Congress position. We are not interested, like I said. He has to make up his mind before we even formally react to it. But let the Congress party take action against him. Why do you, get your goons like Imran Masood and Sandeep Dikshit, who are good for nothing, to say that he's an irrelevant leader when he has won 4 successive Lok Sabha elections? Is that how you ridicule a senior leader?
And there have been a lot of points on that, Nikhil. Okay, quickly go ahead. But fact is he getting his due? Is he not getting his due? If he's miffed, has that been addressed? Quickly make your point.
First of all, so far as Dr. Tharoor getting his due is concerned, I think he's certainly gotten that due from the Congress party. Right from the beginning of his political career, he was made a union minister in the country. After that, he gets ample chance in the parliament to speak. He's, like I mentioned, chairman of the External Affairs Committee of the parliament. There's not much that a party that is not in power, that is neither in power in the state nor in power in the center, can offer to a leader of theirs. He has the CWC. He is a member of the CWC. So pretty much he's gotten all that, that he can ask for. There's not much that the Congress party can offer him. They can't make him a governor. They can't make him a chief minister. They can't make him a cabinet minister, number one. Number two, on the point of Shakil Ahmed and the Congress party not issuing a show cause notice to him, I think Tuhin is mistaken. Whenever Shakil Ahmed made those statements at that point of time, he had resigned from the primary membership of the Congress party. Until that point, he was a very important leader of the Congress party. He was the Congress legislature party leader in Bihar. It was his bungalow from which the war room of the Congress party was operating. And he was very important and crucial in the decision making that was happening in Bihar. And I know that by personal experience. I was there in the state for 2 months. And lastly, just because a leader in a political party makes a statement letting his disagreements with the leadership or with the party known in public, I don't believe that should be cause enough to issue him a show cause or reprimand him or discipline him or remove him or suspend him. Any party that does something like that, to me, shows a party with undemocratic tendencies, which I think Tuhin is like, he's quite used to it, having been in the BJP for such a long time. He's just not able to stomach how can a party function democratically
But
as the
Nikhil,
Congress
the
party
point
is.
also is that Shashi Tharoor is not the only one. There have been other leaders in the Congress. Is the Congress really missing the larger picture? Is also the question. Tuhin, I really want to take another question to Aarti.
Yeah.
I know
but
both of you are taking it between each other.
Can I?
Oh, please, go ahead.
Go ahead to whom? To me?
To Aarti, yes. No, another
Yeah.
point I wanted to make, Aarti, was that, while Shashi
Yeah.
Tharoor has been saying that, and especially today's statement, where he said that the only time he has taken this position and defied the party line is on Operation Sindoor and not otherwise, is not really the truth. You quoted so many examples. He's called emergency a dark chapter. He's praised L.K.
Yes.
Advani many times that he has miffed the party on several fronts. And today
Absolutely.
when he says, except to say that, okay, I'll talk to the top leadership directly, there is a clear problem that exists.
Absolutely. And the clear problem is his personal ambition. I mean, let's get real, whatever your other panelists may say, let's get real about this. It's his personal ambition. He was hoping to be the chief ministerial phase of the Congress party in Kerala. Yes, the Congress is not in power at the center and therefore cannot give him anything. They cannot give him a cabinet ministership. They cannot make him a governor. They cannot give him any kind of position. So the only thing that he could aspire for is to be a chief minister. After all, he has done a lot of things in his life and now he would like to have that exalted position. But as I said, unfortunately, he has not been able to carry the local unit of the Kerala Congress with him. And that is the main problem. If he had got support from the local leadership, I think Rahul Gandhi would have had to think twice about how to deal with Shashi Tharoor. But he does not have. I mean, there's not a single person, none of the major leaders of the Congress party in Kerala are ready to support him. And please, let's look at all the people, I agree that the Congress has played it very badly. They have lost major leaders. There's been this sort of steady bleeding that has been going on for the last many years now from the Congress, and they've lost some good people along the way. But let's look at the people who left the Congress to join the BJP. Where are they today? Except for Jyotiraditya Scindia, who's a minister, but we hardly hear from him. Where are the rest of them? There's RPN Singh, there's Jitin Prasada, Ghulam Nabi Azad. He didn't join the BJP, of course, but he tried to float his own party in Kashmir and came a cropper. So all of them have not really benefited from the flirtation with the BJP. I think the BJP uses them, mainly uses them to stir the pot in the Congress. And if they can be useful to the BJP, like Himanta Biswa Sarma proved very useful, and Jyotiraditya Scindia, of course, has his stronghold in the Gwalior region, and that's why they build him up.
Right.
But the rest of them are really paper tigers, and so the BJP uses them and then discards them. So it's a very cynical game on both sides.
Okay.
And let me tell you one more point I want to make. What's really at stake here is also Shashi Tharoor's Lok Sabha seat. If he were to resign from the Congress, that he would lose that Lok Sabha seat.
Okay.
And there would have to be a by-election in Thiruvananthapuram.
Okay.
If the Congress were to kick him out, on the other hand, he could become an unattached MP, still retain his Lok Sabha membership, and continue to derive the perks and benefits of being in the Lok Sabha. So it's a tussle, and I think he may be trying to push the Congress into expelling him.
All right. Aarti, I'm very short on time, so I'm going to go to Tuhin, give him a chance to respond to what you've said. After that, I'll take the last question to Nikhil. Over to you, Tuhin.
Suyesha, in any other era, the Congress party would have taken serious offense to being implied that its behavior around Operation Sindoor was not in sync with national interest. This Congress party is so thick-skinned, it is not even bothered. And that shows the decline of the Congress party. That shows why so many leaders don't relate with the policies, with the approach and with the attitude of this Congress party. Secondly, my friend Nikhil was saying that, he was virtually behaving with a sense of entitlement that the Congress party has given so much to Shashi Tharoor. Please understand that for an intellectual, self-respect is more important. Can you tell me when was the last time Rahul Gandhi properly met him? Yesterday there were images from the stage where he did not even acknowledge Shashi Tharoor.
Tuhin, this is the exact question I wanted to close with. I wanted to ask Nikhil that why isn't there a clear strategy to address such issues? There is public signaling, calling out the leader, making such statements, sidelining him, denying his prominence. Why can't the party address this better?
To answer Tuhin's question, I don't really know when Dr. Tharoor and Mr. Gandhi last met. That is something that they would know. But I want to just address on this point that Tuhin and the BJP keep on saying.
They had a one-on-one meeting in 2024, towards the end of 2024. It was a 1 hour long meeting, just one-on-one.
Right, but the problem clearly persists. Ma'am, I'm very short on time, so I'm quickly going to allow Nikhil to close that. Yes, Nikhil, last minute.
Thank you. Yes, just to address on the point that Tuhin and the BJP have been raising for a long time, that Operation Sindoor is one place where Dr. Tharoor and the Congress party are really at odds with each other, and the Congress party is taking an anti-national position. I think that is the kind of twisting of facts that the BJP does with regards to this entire controversy. Dr. Tharoor supported the government's action abroad.
Nikhil, but you're still missing the question. The question is, can the party handle this better? I'm really sorry, I'm very short on time. I'm being asked to close this. We will probably take this at a later point, but I want to thank you all for joining us this evening. And yes, will the party really come clear on the quote-unquote relevance of Shashi Tharoor? What is the kind of role he'll play in the upcoming Kerala polls where the BJP is clearly gaining traction? All these questions that we continue to track here on India Today. Thank you for watching.